No, just improve. Not anything bad. What I mean by it is that I hear a lot of producers talk shit, and then I hear artists talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Like artists would be like, man, if producer just did this, and then the artists and the producers are like, man, if artist just did this, when I'm like, y'all both saying the same things. So let's figure it out.
So not even just you, more like producers.
Producers,
right?
period.
If you was to throw like a producer seminar,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the top 5 things they would need to do? The reason why I say this is because a lot of beats get sold and shopped around to the same people.
Yeah.
So now when somebody hear like, oh, he gave you that beat?
Yeah.
I don't know that he was really supposed to pay for it, but you gave it to him, he didn't ever do nothing with it, so you sold it to me. Whose fault is that in that instance?
I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think that when it's like if you look at like YouTube, people go download something off of YouTube. It's kind of the same thing.
It's not.
You go download something on YouTube, everybody's gonna have that beat.
That's on YouTube though. But if you got a beat,
yeah,
you gave it to your homie or whoever to do something with. He didn't do nothing with it. Now you sell it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that buddy in my inbox talking great. Oh, that's my beat. Cool. If it's registered, you probably wouldn't even be tripping. Because once I uploaded it,
so
you would get money off of it.
You just said what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So I guess I'm saying that to say, well, on the more integrity part of it, though, bro, do you think producers need to?
We would never.
I feel like that's a producer's fault. That's the producer's fault.
And that's cool. I feel like if we're always trying to get people to hear our beats. So if somebody gives you a beat and says, hey, this is, go right to this, do whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Now somebody else come around and want the same beat. What are we supposed to do?
No.
You just say no? That's cool.
You gave them the beat.
That's your perspective.
How would they? It's not. I guess it's just, I don't know, bro. So that's where the
and that's why I tell you that the relationship is always going to be, it's always going to be strained until we all get on the same page.
So do you think 50% of producers would say that? Or do you just not give this beat? I can't speak
for a lot of other producers.
Or do you?
I can't speak for a lot of producers. I can just talk about maybe a couple of them that I spoke to.
So you would actually do that?
Do
you
what?
would give this beat to somebody, he don't do nothing with it, and then you'll sell it to me.
I'd have to ask him what's going on with that beat, bro. That's always the question. What's going on with that beat, bro? That's always my question. Hey man, you going what's going on with that track?
So what if you had it a year?
Had it a year? I would have checked up on him 3 months from now. Like, hey bro, what's going on with that track, dog? Let me know what's going on with the track. Now, if you say, I'm really going to record on this and this is what we doing, then we cool.
But it's never an instance where you wouldn't check up on him and be like...
I mean, do you have an instant? Do you have something specific?
No, this ain't towards you. This is just towards... I'm like, this happens. No, this ain't towards you. This is just... You just catching the...
That's cool.
I'm just speaking to you as a producer if you would ever do this. No, this ain't...
So the thing about it with me, so we'll speak in my terms.
Gotcha.
So with me, and we'll speak about it kind of like with you. So like with you found beats that I was putting out, right? And you were hitting me up like, hey, is anybody doing something on that beat?
Gotcha.
Anybody doing something on that beat? Anybody doing something on that beat? Now, if somebody was doing something on it, I would tell you.
I see what you're saying. This ain't got nothing to do with that, though, at all.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, that's how people shop.
No, this is just me saying this. Because when you ask me, I'm like, why is he... Did that happen with us? It did, but it wasn't that.
Right.
This is different. This is where...
I've been accused of it. I've been accused of giving beats, letting everybody hear the beats, but at the same time, I'm like...
Hearing and giving is two different things, I feel like.
And I think about... And the reason I say that is because, like, if I give you a beat and we working, say we got a vibe and we working, and then I give you this beat, and for 6 months and I hear nothing. Now, remember, we talk every day. You know what I'm saying? As in, like, me and that artist. We talk every day. We homies. This is what it is. Like, he's been over here hearing me make beats, but he wants that one. I got to check up on that, man, because the thing about it is that this is an enterprise. Like, beat-making producers, it should be an enterprise for them. Now, again, I can't speak for all of them. A lot of them just make beats to make beats. Me, I've been making beats for 20 years. So with me, I'd be more apt to, I need to get some money off of this beat, or I need to hear it somewhere so we can get it registered. That's my big thing. If you don't gotta, just put it out the right way. Ask me for my beat, my IPI number. Ask me for my information. Because if I got a bunch of beats out and nobody's asked me for that information, we're kind of in a stalemate here. So personally with me, I've been accused of it, but I don't really think of it that way. I look at it like, hey, we was all sitting around listening to beats. You asked to take that home. I'll let you take it home. You know what I'm saying? But I got to check and find out what's going on with that track, dog. Yeah. And it's a little bit different now. Now that there's so many ways to get tracks and beats and stuff like that. So it's a lot different than it was. But when it was, I'd probably say 10, 15 producers, that were swimming around the city, it got a little bit more hectic because if you only got 15 people, supplying beats around the city and you're hearing them everywhere else, I can see why that would be an issue with the artist. Definitely. But like I said, we all do come up from rapping on other people's beats as well. So it just gets muddy sometimes, bro.
Yeah, rapping on other people's beats and actually rapping on your specific beat that you gave this to somebody else. I get it too, though. Now, if you felt like the other person wasn't gonna do nothing with it, cool. I feel like you should respectfully call Buddy, like, hey,
I gotta get rid of that beat, bro.
Yeah, this ain't you no more. Or
I even offer to remake it. Like, hey, bro, you want something? You want something different?
Give you something else. I give you a credit or something. But I know you ain't gonna do nothing with it. Buddy It's been a year, but I think that's where paperwork start needing to come.
Also,
forward.
You got to be prepared because that's gonna happen. Like I said, like if let's say I'm in a room with Timbaland, and he's like, play them beats. I'm gonna play the hottest beats.
No, that's different.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you have to kind of think of it that way too. And just allow everybody grace. That's what everybody needs, man. It needs grace.
That ain't a grace thing, though.
You need grace. You got to give
people
away
grace enough beats you already gave out is not a grace thing. That to me.
I see, but that's what I mean. Like sometimes it's.
I get it though.
It's always going to be a difference in opinion when it comes to that because, like I said, if it'd be different if if you rapped on my beat. And then you spit that same verse on somebody else's song because you was like, yo, like, man, I don't know, my verse was harder, so I want to go ahead and just put it on there.
It's trash. I wouldn't do that.
You know what I mean? Well, we're not talking about you specifically.
No, I'm just saying me. Well, we are talking about. You said me. If I rapped a verse, okay. You said if you rapped a verse. I thought you were talking about me, but me, I wouldn't. I don't like that either. So if it's mixtape, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I get it.
So it just all comes down to like we all want our art to be shared. And it's just all about how you go about it. If you go about it the right way, and I mean by lots of communication. It's communication more than anything. So if you have good communication, that's usually what, gets everything done.
So do you think, just you speaking as a producer, do you think people just do that to get the beats out? He might be more serious about this beat than this other dude who's had it for 6 or 7 months. It's not more so personal that I gave this. I know you got it, and I'm giving this to you.
Let me ask you this: Would you prefer, or would you think it would be an easier process if producers don't give beats away? They just upload them to a site, and if you want that beat, you can download it. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. Is there anything different?
Yes.
Is there a difference there?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So would that be a better option for producers instead of sending people beats? Instead of sending somebody a beat. Just be like, hey, man, here's my link. I got hella beats on there. Go ahead and download them.
So that's different from the situation.
I'm just asking, would it be a better situation? Would it be a solution? That's what I'm asking.
No, that's not a solution at all.
Why is that?
Because if you put it online, that means you put it online, anybody can grab it.
Right.
It's not like I pulled up to your house, I got this beat. You know what I'm saying? I bet I'm a fool with it. Bet. All right. Pay for it, actually. I paid for this beat.
Oh, well, then you shouldn't, If you if you pay for a beat,
but that's the thing too. That should be a thing too. That should damn
near. If you pay for
a
beat, then that's their beat. That's, you know what
I'm saying? It is, but I feel like it should be like a year. Like, bro, if you ain't put this out in a year, I can resell this joint.
That's why you have agreements. That's why people are doing a lot more agreements now.
I do. I'm only saying that if you sold the beat.
Yeah.
And then now you didn't, 10 years later, I didn't gave it to so-and-so.
Because if the producer's hot enough, that he could probably make another one.
That too, but I might have liked that beat too, though.
No, I'm talking about for him. So if he's mad that this beat's just sitting there, so you had it for 3 years, he's upset that it's, bro, just make another one.
No, I ain't dealing with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not dealing with you.
So
if you bought it and didn't use it, I'm not dealing with you.
Right.
If I was a beat maker, like if you got a beat, you didn't use it, I'm cool on you. I want, just like you said, I want my beats out, not just bought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What good does that do me for my catalog if my beats ain't out? So
And that's why you and I got 4 songs on that album. It's because I wanted to make sure that you killed that shit. And you did.
it was a team effort. I wouldn't say that you made sure that.
What do you mean?
So you saying okay? Let's go. Let's rewind it because we know what we're talking about. The listeners don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had a project come out. Well, I was going to have you do a project for. Actually, let's just rewind it to the first conversation. Explain to them the first conversation that is.
I think we needed to do a project.
You hit me up.
Yeah.
And said
we need to do a project.
All right.
Absolutely. And
how many songs was you thinking at that time?
5.
Okay.
So I was thinking 5 at the time, and then I think what ended up happening was I can't remember everything, all the details, but I think we had a couple beats, and then like I said, you started finding some tracks, started listening to a couple of tracks, finding some tracks, and then chose them and got them sent to you.
All right, let's rewind. So you hit me up like, hey, bro, let's do a project.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm like, I'm kind of tied up because I was working on 3 different projects at the moment.
Right.
So I know your beats, and with your beats, I need to kind of sit on them to be able to create what I want to create.
Right.
I think you took it a different way at that point, like I really wasn't fooling with you. But no, I just had I had too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clear my plate off first, then I'm gonna get back to joy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's big that you even reached out wanting to do a project. I had never had that asked for me as an artist. You know what I'm saying? You've always shown love, like, hey, bro, I fool with you. I haven't heard it from a producer, but I hear it from artists. So sometimes it'll go one ear out the other, only because sometimes people only fool with you because you got motion.
Yeah.
Or because you got traction, or because you're on the internet, or you can do something for them. Not saying you was completely that, but in my head, I'm like, bro, just let me get this out the way first, because I do want to fool him. I know he probably think different. I can't even explain this to him now, but I know he thinks something different.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on. I got that out the way. Then I pulls up after that, once I got everything cleared and settled. Let me pull up on Joy. Let me see what he got.
I'm glad you remember that. That's so
he
good.
Pulls up to the crib. He was like, because you had a board on a project you was working on.
Yeah.
The names of the projects, how many songs I was already there. I write my shit because we was going to name it Old Fashioned or something to the nature of that first. So when I got there, I'm like, all right, let me hear some of the beats. Initially, when I was there, I can fool with it. I'm fucking with it. Once you hear it, you fooling with it, and then sometimes you'll go home and you
just get stuff.
It's just a dud. You know what I'm saying? Not saying the beats ain't
no,
that. It's just sometimes it's just like, okay, this thing. It ain't just speaking to me right now.
That happens to me with beats.
Maybe 1 is or 2, but like when I heard it that night, I was with it. Which is why sometimes I only get 1. I get 2, but nowadays I'm gonna just get 1 beat, focus on that, and I'm gonna keep it. So in that conversation, you was like, yeah, man, let's do. I'm thinking 5 tracks too. You was like, man, we need 10. I'm like, I can't do 10 right now. I was already musically, I was kind of out of it, honestly.
I remember that conversation too.
But I'm like, I gotta fool with Joy. First off, just off of relationships.
Yeah.
Because you fool with all of my guys. Well, one particular guy was TJ.
Yeah.
TJ fool with him. I'm fooling with him. I'm going.
TJ, one of the greatest.
I'm going.
One of the greatest A&Rs out there.
No matter how much we get into it or bump heads, we always bump heads with something. But I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Not only beat wise, because I don't really rap off rapidy beats where I have to rap on. I always had cheat code beats, really, that I can throw a hook to do that, or however it go. I didn't push my pen at the moment because I didn't really feel like I was one of them ones to. I didn't want to do that anyway. So I was more of a ballad music maker or just comfortable music maker. I never got myself uncomfortable with music. So because I feel like if I did that, I would make a bunch of fake shit. I didn't want to do that. So within that,
You hold yourself so like a high standard. I actually appreciate that.
Not even that, bro. I wasn't supposed to be the rapper.
I know, but every time you talk, I'm like, bruh, like.
Yeah, I wasn't that.
I'm like, bro, people really rock with you, and it's funny to me now because it's like hearing you talk now.
Yeah,
you're still saying the same things that
it's
happened a couple years ago.
I ain't, yeah,
so
it's
actually
bro.
like funny. I'm like, bro, you holding yourself to such a high standard. I'm like,
people don't understand that, bro. I wasn't a nigga. I ain't gonna say my niggas was just lazy, but my dogs was. I was in a lab with them. It ain't like I was inspired to be an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is why I do so many different things. Basketball, bowling, this, that. Rapping was never.
Yeah.
But I was around a bunch of rappers that did it. Anyway, make a long story short. So with TJ, I'm like, I gotta do it. I gotta fool with Joy, because Joy thinks something that is not. It's just, I'm a blunt speaker. You know, if you ask me something, I'm saying what's on my mind. Don't charge it to my heart, though. You know what I'm saying?
We're both cancers.
So, what I discovered a year later. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 in me, but I got to clear out some space to make room to do what I got to do. And you was like, man, bro, you way doper than you think. And this, I'm like, bro, it ain't that. I got too much going.
Yeah.
So that's what started it out the gate. I'm like, I can do it. To rap to these beats, I need some space. I need a room.
Yeah. You told me that.
I need to create. You know,
I was like, you want to record? You was like, nah, I need to go home and write. I remember that.
Yeah, like it wasn't like, and then anyway. So that's out the gate. That's what that was. Period. Yeah. So it wasn't nothing personal.
No, beautiful.
So I don't know where we bumped heads on.
We bumped heads when I called you. And I was looking, so let me kind of give you a backtrack.
Go ahead.
So with me, when I deal with people, when we do projects, I usually charge you just like a flat rate so that way we can get things done. But when like you said, you made sense when I called you. Okay. So we're going to get into the call. But normally I have, that kind of situation.
This is at the end of the project too.
I know.
I'm just giving context for everybody listening.
We gonna talk
at the end of the project, this is where the calls begin. At the end of the project.
So I heard all the songs and was like, hey, yo, you got those? You good? Yeah. And then I don't remember what it was. It was like what I said, 150? I can't remember what I said. I don't remember the exact amount. You can probably remember. But I was just basically saying like, hey, I'm looking for this amount of money per track. And then you was like, but you hit me up.
Well, you didn't say how much. You was just like, I want to talk about compensation for the track.
For the tracks.
It wasn't no money.
Right.
It wasn't no
and
money.
then you was like, hey, man, you didn't say that in the beginning. Yeah. And you hit me up. But while I'm talking to you, I got my whole family in the car. So I'm like, all right. So I get on the phone and I'm like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Because I wasn't about to, because it made sense what you said. That's why I was like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Like, cool, you got those tracks. That's me. That's me. I didn't talk about it in the beginning, which I normally do. And I haven't forgot that since. Like everybody now, we talk money or talk about what it means to work for free. You know what I'm saying? As in, you want me to work for free? All right, cool. Well, hey, when you go register these songs, make sure you put my IPI and everything in here because if I feel like you're going to take off, go ahead. But I still need to be able to eat. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell everybody, man, like, beats aren't free for me. You know what I'm saying? It costs me money to do all that shit. So, anyway, so once we did all that shit, man, and we actually had that conversation, it really did hit me. Like, I did come to you, and I didn't say nothing about it in the beginning. So at that time, I was like, and these songs is hot. Like, they was blazing at the time. So I'm like, you know what? Like, you talked about relationships. Let me just keep the relationship solid. All right, bro. We got it. We good? Straight. And then that's kind of how I, and then you put the album out and tagged me in it. And next thing I know, it was crazy.
And to not even get it twisted, I don't mind paying for beats.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you saying this at the end, it's like it took away from all the money I've actually put into it.
Right.
It didn't take you, I'm not going to say it didn't take you no money to give me these beats. Just like you said, yo, whatever you pay to get what you need to get. Yeah. That's what it is. So it just took like, okay, nigga, yeah, I got this, you did that, but I need to be compensated.
Right.
But I'm like, nigga, I'm the one who put in the actual money
right.
for this situation at hand.
Right.
You never brought it to me out the gate like, hey, I need this.
That's why I understood
Let's
off
do
the
this.
top.
Let's do this. Let's do that.
That's why I picked up the phone, got off speakerphone, so I could tell you, like, bro, it's all good.
So how should that be handled? Like in a normal way?
How I handle it from here on out is we sit down and we have a conversation. Because I'm in the point in my life to where I'm not thirsty running around, trying to give everybody beats like I was in like '08. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit more choosy about who I work with. Because you actually, I'm choosy about who I work with. And so when we sit down, we talk about all that. Because my thing about it is like, all right, well, how do you put out your songs? That's usually my first question. How do you release your songs? And if you tell me I just put it on DistroKid or CD Baby and cool, and that's cool. Well, then I'm going to have to be compensated for this track. If you out here, you got an even.biz platform and you got, your own store and you selling these singles, you selling your songs, you selling your, you can sell singles. There's ways to do it. And you actually like register your music and, you got it on your chart matrix and you know what I'm saying? You really are really doing this?
No, I know what you're saying.
You do know what I'm saying. If you're really doing it. I mean, like if you're just
not
loading your
I'm
music
just,
up to a streaming platform.
That's what I'm doing.
That's cool,
So you got extra streams, so that would be a whole, you got other extra avenues where you sending the music to though. So that would
but
be
they have to make sure that they put your information in. So a lot of rappers don't. They just put the songs out.
On what though?
Any streaming platform. So if you have DistroKid, it allows you to put in for a producer.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then it's just all
That's
your money.
so I think that need to be I think that need to be talked about more in music.
Yeah. I mean, of course.
But I think that
at the same time, it's like there's a million people who are talking about it all the time. Like somebody like Lil Russell, he's on fucking
I'm talking about people.
Instagram.
I'm talking about us in the city or us direct with a project. Like, hey, let's work, but hey, let's get this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that.
And that's what's happening now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just speaking for everybody in general. Anybody doing features, or if anybody charged for something, they understand what they're charging for.
Yes.
Say somebody charge $100 a verse. Well, this is for studio time. 60.
You don't even got to explain it. If you charge $100,
I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be explained though, because people think people doing shit. Like, say I do a verse for somebody, I'm paying for the studio time to do the verse, and I'm sending it to you.
Yeah.
So I'm losing. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. But I'm cool with just getting on the song. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But people don't realize. So say if I say, how much you charge? Boy, 65. Fuck this odd ass number. Yeah, that's all it would cost me an hour to record. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not worth the 65 to record, what the fuck are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So both ways.
That's the same way I look at it with beats though.
It should be talked about though. It should be explained.
I told you, I dropped the ball on that one.
It ain't just you. I'm just speaking on everybody.
No more dropping the ball.
It should be with everybody. It should be explained, because just like you feel how you feel, I feel like that about my raps.
Yeah.
I had to rap and say what I had to say to make this beat what it was as well.
Correct.
You just made the beat and that's cool. I got to rap. I really got to get to it.
Yeah.
And pay for the studio time.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you for a dime of the studio time. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like, damn, it should have it should have been even, if anything. But so that's what that was. It wasn't nothing.
Nah. I think, and that's what I said, man. I absolutely appreciate you having a conversation. But again, tough conversation. Again, I'm big into astrology. So the thing about it is, like I said, cancers do that. We're going to talk about what we got to talk about, tough or not. So I definitely appreciate it. That's my profession actually in life. That's my actual profession, is having tough conversations all damn day. So human resources.
The only thing I didn't like, this is beyond the project.
Yeah.
The funny thing about this project is, so I did the project. We came up with 4 or 5. I think I might have wanted to do 5, but so when I did it, I wanted to add more some more spunk to it. I just didn't want to have all yours. I wanted to add it and make it mine as well. So within doing that, I think it was how many tracks? 13?
I think so.
14 or something. The 4 tracks that you did was some of the standout ones that everybody fooled with, right?
Yeah.
But
I appreciate you saying that. That's something I appreciate.
And I didn't just say it. The fans said it.
I know.
And I was sending you messages.
You was forwarding me everything.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I say that to say when people to anybody, you can disagree all you want, but just kind of trust each other at the same time. Sometimes we don't. We just talk over each other and we're not listening. So, but at the same time, you can still come to I can't even say you'll come to something. At the end of the day, it'll work out. It'll work itself out. If you really care, it's going to work out.
That's the way I look at it. So I think that's what happened. Like the love of music overshadowed everything else.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that project turned out really good. And I think I still listen to Lake Show every morning, bro. You know what I mean? Because that shit gets me going. Like that's a great song. But I didn't know it was going to be that. That was the other thing. So I also charge people because I have to do so much. So whenever I'm working with somebody or like, you know, we're doing a project or something like that, I charge because they're going to need me to break down the beat again, always. Half the time, like, I have to help them with writing the song or coming up with a concept. And I'm cool with that. But I have to charge you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Would it
the
be
time.
a flat rate, though?
It's always a flat rate.
Okay.
I don't charge you anything crazy. Matter of fact, you want to do a project with me, literally between 300, and I'm talking about between 300 and 500, depends on what we're doing. If it's a lot of samples, I have to pay for those samples.
Yeah, to get them
so,
clear. Yeah,
you know, so we have to move up the budget a little bit. But so that flat rate includes songwriting, you know, production, post-production. That's the big thing. If you don't know how to get it mastered, fine, I can help you with that. If you need to record, I got that. Just updated everything. And so I usually have to do everything. So, you know, it was different when I'm like, all right, bro, well, shit, man, you need me to, no, man, I'm good. All right, cool, man, well, shit, I'm about to hit you up about the, nah, man, I'm good, I got it.
Yeah.
All right, well, shit, man, hey, you need me to come do, nah, I got a dude doing the feature for that. All right, I'm gonna go sit down and shut the fuck up and wait for the damn shit to come out. And that's what happened. And so when it did happen, I actually knew it was gonna come out dope. And then I think the first song you sent me was the song with Miss G. And that's why I was like, okay, this project gonna be fire as hell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss G. Man, shout out to her. That was a
That
dope.
almost didn't make it.
Did it? Word?
Because we was going to single it out.
I think that's probably like verse of the year. I still say that. And it was 3 years ago, so I don't know how long that was.
Yeah.
But it still today could win the verse of the year because I ain't never heard nobody talk and make so much sense. Like, and it was something like, if she was saying that to somebody in those lyrics, you should put a snippet of the song in here. But if she said to somebody's whole heart would break hearing that.
So that's what I was saying, bro. That's why I was this is why I needed the time to be able to create. I worked on that hook for probably about 2 weeks. Not even just figuring out what I'm going to say on the hook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like just, what else? No, I just had the harmony part of it. I didn't have the words yet. So then once I created the song, I'm like, man, I'm going to do something different with this.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make it like a chick took my girl. Not a nigga, but a chick.
Cold game.
Let me call Miss G. Let me see what she was in Vegas.
And she got on there?
Come on, man. So we had a whole skit and story and movie and everything.
Off that one song.
Yes,
Still
already ready. This is why we was going to single it out and not even put it on there. But I'm like, well, I think they need to still hear it first so they can be man, it was, but like just like that. I said,
I've never heard nothing like that before.
All right, so I care about the art of it, which I'm like, man, I need some time. I don't just want to do
Which
this.
Which is funny because you're not the rapper. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I told you. You hold such a high standard you always like, I'm not the rapper, but then you hold yourself to such a high standard.
And I say that to say, like, I'm not gonna say I'm not the rapper because of course I rap, but like out with the group, I wasn't. You know how you get a bunch of hoopers, right? Well, he gonna make it. He gonna make it. He gonna make it. And it be the nigga that wasn't supposed to make it that made it. You like.
You know why? Because he spent so much time watching.
Sometimes it wasn't that too.
You know what I mean?
But sometimes it's just. It is what it is, but yes. And
when you spend enough time watching us and you're not being coached and you're watching other people be coached, you're actually watching 4 different coaching ways. And so you learning from 4 different people. Now, this one dude who's getting coached, he's only learning one way. So is the next person. He's only learning one way. The dude sitting over here watching that people didn't even know, that's the dude who's going to be hard because, like, he sat here and watched all that. So now he's going to take all that. Now he's a multi-tool talent.
Yeah. And this was the first project I did to where it was going to be, let me take all my gumbo of what I got as an artist, I'm about to put it right here.
Yeah.
So I freestyle some hooks. I did like not purposely, but it's just like, okay, but I'm gonna keep this too then. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So everything I had of an artist over the years of not being an artist, I'm like, I'm about to take all this into this right now and make it that. And I feel like this is my best project I've ever made. And it was so annoying making it. You know what I'm saying?
hey
But it
man.
was bittersweet and I wouldn't change nothing.
Well, that's why I think I
I
love it
wouldn't change
because
nothing.
I think you got to see, like, we both got to see true talent blossom. As in, like, I didn't know that the beats that I was making were going to, you listen to Granny House. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You listen
yeah.
to Granny House right now. I remember you heard a song that I produced, and you was like, bro, I need one of them. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I got you. And then sent it over. You came back. Do you have somebody else on that song too?
These stands.
Yeah. So then when you sent it back, I'm like, bro, like every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And so now you talk about those tracks being a standout. I think it's because you had to take your time. You talked about the cheat code beats and how easy those are, easier for you to kind of put together and everything. And I think that, people have had their samples of you doing that, on those kind of
Yeah,
tracks.
no, for
But then when
sure.
you hear like a hip hop track and then you hear Lake Show, which sounds like a 1996,
Beat.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like banger from back in 1996. And even the hook sounds like, man, that thing.
So that's what it was to put me in a minor pot at
Yeah.
that time. But I'm like, how can I gotta do, I can do some easy gangster shit. I can do this, I can do that. Let me change it.
Yeah.
Though. How can I
Because I
put
like
Nick
both.
B on
I
it?
like that album, but then I like this thing you did with K Bankston.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
there's a multiverse in
Yeah,
music.
so and that's what it was. And and it's hard to do because the world gonna make you wanna do what's popping. I had to do what I know that'll last for me and I can stand the test of time, not just the people listening. Like I feel good about if somebody heard your project, I would feel good to say, is that your yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing fugazi on there. I didn't say nothing crazy.
That's what was
It
so
was
dope
just
to
the
me.
artistic. Usually I don't like a bunch of stressed out shit all on the same project
Yeah.
either. But it just meant in the place I was at, I just felt like it was needed.
Yeah.
Like I said, even with us working, it was not the easiest at all.
Yeah.
I knew it going into it, and I knew, and that's what another challenge I wanted to do: challenge myself on being uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think a lot of people got to start doing that.
Yeah, we had a lot of uncomfortable conversations.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
That's the point. And that's why I said so. Bring it to kind of like today. My next album is going to be called "I'm Not for Everybody." Cause I text that to you. You know what I'm saying? And you was like, "Bro, what that got to do with anything?" But it was more of a thing statement. Like, "Hey, bro, I'm not for everybody. I'm argumentative. I know what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm looking for. If you're not in here with the vision with me, you're gonna have to show me how I need to get in line with your vision. I'm a prove it type of person." And so, but I have a really good skill at this music thing, man. I love music. I can break down to you why Lake Show sounds so good or why Granny's House feels so good because the way I can pitch up a sample that's gonna immediately make you feel good. So long story short is, I'm not for everybody, and I think that I'm gonna start doing music, like I said, that I love because I grew up on everything. And people will try to pigeonhole you because they'll hear you do something real good, and that might, it might have a trap beat on it. And they're like, you need to do 80 more of those. And it's like, no, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't have to. I can do everything. Because I'm sure people have said that about your music. Like, hey, bro, you need to do that. And then you come out with that album. You come out with the album that we on, and you doing songs about Granny House, Lake Show, getting your chick stole from from another girl.
Yeah.
All that kind of information that doesn't come out like that's not something that people immediately like think about putting out. It's usually something about an op or chop or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, you decided that you wanted to take a different approach. And that's kind of how I'm doing with my music now. Because you was over there when I was over there recording with them whack ass songs over at TJ's house.
No, I can't say they was whack.
They was whack to me because that was my first dabble in rapping.
Of course. So, and I would feel everybody feel like that. Without Trifle say the same thing, and that's the shit people love.
Yeah.
His everybody's favorite album of Trife is his one he hates. You know what I'm saying? But like music is subjective.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that people got to get more uncomfortable. I ask people the first question I ask people, like, hey, do you, like a producer, Because I love collaborating with producers. So I ask a producer, like, hey, do you only work with your team or do you work with everybody? They're like, damn, that's a good question. Every single one. Damn, that's a good question. No, I work with everybody.
Where do you meet the producers at, though?
IG.
And this is what you ask them out the gate, or have they reached out to you?
Hey, hey, I'm loving your beats. I'm loving what you're doing. Do you work with just your team or do you work with kind of everybody? Because if you ask people, they usually be like, no, I usually just, produce for my, my boys or what have you. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, have you ever worked with somebody, have you ever thought about this or have you ever thought about that? Because I don't just work with hip hop artists, you know what I mean? I work with everybody. So that's why if I can't make something a sound for an artist, I'm going to go reach out to a different producer.
Are you comfortable with that, though?
Am I comfortable reaching out to a different producer? Yeah.
Like, if he don't want your beat, would you be comfortable reaching out?
Yeah.
Okay, I got somebody else that can do it.
Yeah.
Have you always been comfortable with that?
Always. I have no problem doing that because my thing is, again, I'm not for everybody. And I'm not going to force.
Okay.
I'm not going to force anything.
I'm not for everybody sounds like it sounds like chip on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to like really knowing that everybody's not for, you might not be for me.
Yeah. I'm willing to admit that. And that's why I say to people.
Admitting it, do you really hone into that?
Yeah,
though?
That's what I'm telling you. I will gladly give somebody, ask anybody in my crew. I've tried to introduce them to multiple producers. What ends up happening though is that, I'll go a whole week and I'm just, me, I make about 2-3 beats a day. So they'll come by on a humbug, watch a game or something. Like, hey, man, I know you got something over there at the computer, man. And then I start playing beats, and then they just start fucking with what I got.
I only say that because sometimes you would always tell me, you just don't fuck with my beats.
No,
and I'm like, bro, that was not the case. It's just I had to be in the where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I do how I do, but no, that's not the case.
You're a hard read, so it's hard to understand what you're thinking. So if I play a beat and I'm over here, you know me, I'm excitable. So
yeah,
I'm playing the beat, and you sitting over there like. All right, let me play another one. Shit, cool, bro. All right. So after 4 of them, I'm like, nigga, you don't fuck with my beats, cool. Let me introduce you to somebody else. That's how I am. Hey, bro, it's cool. Let me introduce you to somebody who I think got bangers. I just sent out my homeboy GP. Shout out to GP. He sent me his beat tape. I sent it out to like 13, 14 different artists. It's not about me. It's about getting your music out.
I think but you did this twice with me too, though. Another instance, when you played the music, right? It's really pissed me off. I didn't even say nothing. I just kind of let it rock. Because I started to understand you at this point, and it wasn't nothing personal, but I think you were just trying to game. Because I could easily be like, oh, yeah, boy, that shit hard. But you'll be able to know my heart and look in my eyes and know I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
So you play hella songs. You were like, man, well, shit. It was 13 chicks here last night, and they all loved it. How you don't like it? I'm like, well, I play it for me. I wouldn't hear with these chicks. I'm not these chicks. You playing this for me. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah.
Another thing, you played Bro's music, and you was like, oh, you just don't like Bro. I'm like, oh, this is not. It's just that song just didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just felt like you would just take everything personal, but I realized it when she said she was a Cancer. I'm like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
I think you was just overly, you were wanting an answer you were expecting an answer instead of just really getting how I feel. And you were squeezing songs in at a time. We was just here to hear beats. So in my mind, I'm here to hear beats. So what I want is what I need right now. I'm one of the ones I can't listen to your music or no music while I'm working on a project. Like if I'm doing a podcast today, I can't listen to pods. I can't listen to a pod today because it's going to interfere.
Yeah.
And I probably steal something off of their shit. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. And I completely respect and understand where you're coming from.
It wasn't nothing like that, but I just felt like it was just like he was damn near wanting me not to like your shit, kind of. Like you was just prepared for me. All right, he ain't going to, whatever. But you kind of respected me too, though, which is weird. I'm like, what, does he really like my shit or not?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. TJ said he talked hella big about me. I don't. He said it, he fuck with me, and I just don't.
Yeah.
But the grace, I had to have grace to sit there after work, leaving work. I work 12-hour shifts. I come to your house and pick out beats, and I'm there till 12, and we drinking, and I'm not easy to be dealt with drinking.
Yeah.
I sat there and did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just a lot of.
It's much appreciated, man. More than anything,
I wouldn't change it. I swear to God, I wouldn't change it.
I tell everybody, man, I literally have the best of intentions. Anytime I do anything, I have the best of intention. Sure. Sometimes what's the word? The approach can be a little much because I'm really trying to do music, bro. Like I'm trying to get, and I heard you say something about earlier, like people don't really fuck with you unless you got motion. And I'm like,
not saying that.
No. I'm getting ready to say, mine isn't even about that. Like my drive is like, if I see that you dope, like you could have 7 followers. I don't give a shit about that. If I see that you dope and you got something I'm fucking with, I'm like, I'm gonna do everything I can to show you how much I like fuck with you. Not only that, because I tell people all the time,
Remember you just said that. You're gonna do anything you can to show you that you fuck with you.
Yeah, go ahead and say your point. I don't want you to forget it.
I'm not, because this was the big one too. I had a brunch at my job. Breakfast at my job.
Oh, yeah.
Let me show him to make sure, because it was hectic at this point.
Hectic for me too.
Let me go buy some shit. Let me go buy some shit. Let me go buy this big breakfast. We only needed maybe, we were feeding 20, I think, maybe. He's like, y'all do this or do that. We'll do. I'm like, how much is the small? He was like, it's that. But this, we'll do this. How much is the big? This, that, give me the big. You know what I'm saying? Let me support my nigga. We do this every month, once a month, right? So I get it. Blam. I'm not one of them ones that's about to, nigga, they was fucking with your shit, bro. I ain't that. I'm just gonna show you within just how I fuck with you. Nigga, this is that. Like, we just had an argument last week.
Yeah.
I'm turning around and buying this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even to the point you was selling off wife's cookies to me. I'm like, we ain't even there. I would have got the cookies, but we ain't even. Yeah. You ain't got to promote with me. I'm gonna get something regardless. Yeah. So we did that. We shot around. So I didn't even respond to the biscuits and gravy joint. Like, you know what I'm saying, man, how they like it? And I didn't say nothing. And you just automatically send me the money back. Yeah. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we doing, bro? I'm trying to show this nigga I fuck with him. It ain't about the bread. I fuck with him.
It wasn't about the bread for me either.
That's why I sent it back. But you sent it back.
That's why I sent it back.
You ain't got to send it back.
You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody fucking with it.
It don't matter. You got the money. If me buying this from you and we already hostile, and I bought this from you, and then you send the bread back at 5:30 in the morning, because I didn't respond, I'm like, oh my God. I said, all right, I'm gonna just chill from him for a minute.
Yeah,
you know
I'm definitely okay with that.
What was your mind at in that point?
Because the thing about it with me was I was rushing. So everything about that was like last minute because I had my wife's cookies that same night. So when you hit me, it was like, bro, don't forget, tomorrow morning. I was like, got you. Now, it was the duck syndrome. Me going, I got you, was the duck, where you just see the duck gliding, but you don't see that motherfucker doing all that shit behind it. So I had to make sure, so I was up probably to about, and this ain't got nothing to do with this, but I was probably up to like 11:30 making sure I got that done. Then I had to wake up early that day just to make sure everything was done right because I usually cook in a commercial kitchen, but I was cooking in my own house. So when you cook in a commercial kitchen, you know, everything's done, you know it's perfect. I'm in my house, so this ain't gonna be perfect. So when I get there, I'm already in my mind like, man, I hope they fuck with this shit. Because in my mind, I'm like, man, this shit don't look as creamy. I'm already in my mind, like, this shit don't look as creamy. Fuck it. Let's just get it over there. You know what I'm saying? Because I told him I was going to be there. And so the thing about it with me is that if, you know, I give you something, you know, a product or something to that effect, and if you fuck with it or if you don't fuck with it, I want you to know that it's quality. Like, I want you to know that it's satisfaction guaranteed kind of thing. And if I don't hit the mark on it, then I'm like, cool.
And then you can do about it even if you didn't know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, cool. So then I'm like, sending you the money wasn't me being hostile. It was me going, it's kind of like when you walk outside when you got a stain on your shirt And every time somebody say something about that damn stain, you like, I know, bro, damn. But like, nigga, you walked outside with that stain. That's kind of what's going on with me.
So that is you being hostile there.
So no.
It
As
is.
in, no. It's me going, damn. I already knew that this might not be good.
That's you being hot. I never said a word.
No, I am in my own head. I'm being hostile to myself.
Thank you. You said it's not. Whatever, however it is you been hostile. Period. Don't matter if it's to you or me.
Because I'm sitting here going, damn. I did rush that shit, and I did do that. Let me just take care of it on the back end. That's the only. That's all that is. I did rush. I did it in my house. I didn't do it at the commercial kitchen because I didn't set it up.
But you never even knew what was going on.
No, I didn't know.
I never said nothing.
It's my assumption.
Yeah, right.
So it's my assumption. So my thing is,
bro, I ain't even
why would you be mad that I sent money back?
Because I ain't said nothing, bro. So if I'm you would send me a message saying, hey, boy, they fucking with it. I'm not gonna be. I could have easily like, hell yeah, nigga, shit gone. You don't know what happened. But being that I didn't respond, you just go send me my. We already ain't locked on the best terms. I'm getting this just to show y'all. I still fuck. You don't know me like this. You don't really know me all like that. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, I'm like, bro, let me show. I'm getting this. I'm fucking with you, even though we indifference. I'm fucking with you though, bro. It ain't what we got going. We can talk this out. It ain't gonna be now. Cause my mind here, your mind here, we keep clashing every time we meet. But to be like, it's like I love you text. Like, bro, I still love you, bro. That was that. And I'm gonna buy this from. I don't give a fuck what it tastes. It could taste like shit. You could have gave me dog food. I'm standing on that when I get to my job and the food didn't matter at that point. This was just me showing you, nigga, I'm rocking with you.
Yeah.
So when you hit me like, oh, they fucking with it? I already know what that. I get it, but like, nigga, I wouldn't even have bought it if I didn't. I don't give a fuck they like it or not. I'm gonna keep.
I do.
Anytime I do something, I've always included like, hey, when I do something, nigga, I want you to bring out the food, the truck. You ain't gotta ask me that. Like, I already bought it too, though.
Yeah.
But I hadn't said nothing, and then you sent the money back. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with this nigga, bro?
Yeah.
But that's some shit I would do though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Grace, at the end of the day, you ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. But I do like that you showed that you wear your heart on your sleeve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to understand, but it's hard for me to understand too.
That's okay, man. Like I told you, man.
Because
I'm an acquired
you gotta
person.
say that. It ain't you. It's everybody is.
Yeah.
But I do the same shit, which is why I understand it. Which is why I know how to handle it. I just don't respond. Because I know where it's going to lead to. Like, bro, cool, I bought it, bro. I ain't going to tell you if they liked it or not. I would have responded with some bullshit. Like, bro, I only got this because of this, nigga. I don't give a fuck what it tastes like. I could have gotten through this shit in the trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have responded like that. Like, I didn't want to do that. But that did. I'm like, oh my God, this nigga sending. You ain't talk to me though, so you didn't have to send the money. You know, but I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just trying to show you that I'm cool with you.
It's cool, bro. You don't.
Indifference.
Let me tell you something. The thing about it with me is that you don't have to do shit like that to show me that you fuck with me. Like,
I did.
I know you.
I did. I don't have to do anything.
I know, but my thing is that, like, let me tell you, like, I'm not really, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. I know who fuck with me and who don't, kind of thing.
I don't think you do.
I think I know who fuck with me.
You've talked to several people. You've talked to several people. Like, man, what's up with Nick, man? What's boys? This. Even your niggas will say that. Like, bro, you and Nick cool? What's up?
Yeah.
It was that was in question. So you can't say you really think you didn't honestly know that I fuck with you. You did
On
not.
the music, I thought you did, definitely.
Music though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So music.
That's my point.
What's your point?
That's my point. That's what my point with a lot of people is. You don't have to like me personally to do good music with me. So I know that you fuck with me with the music. The fact that you was talking about the food for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I need to Link with you on the food.
Yeah.
We link with you on the food. Link
The
with you on the
raps,
food.
specifically.
You know what I'm saying? On the raps and all that. So I'm like, all right, well, cool. You know what I'm saying? And we just happened to have a situation where I could actually do it. So my thing was like, I said, I was more like, hey, yo, they fucking with it, bro? Like, you know, everything cool? If you don't respond, because you told me, if you don't respond, that means you don't like it. You told me that. Because you was like,
With food?
well, period. Like when people ask you if they like something, if you like something, you was like,
now,
man.
if you gave it to me, that would be different. This is feeding the whole.
I know, but you did tell me that.
You
So-
jumping, but it was you jumping to conclusions.
I'm a jumper, bro. That shit
So
happens.
just remember that you just said that
You know
you
what I'm
jumped to
saying?
conclusions. Okay.
What you want me? I jumped to conclusions.
So you ain't gonna do all that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I jumped to conclusions. It's an admitted. Like I said, I jumped to conclusions, but I still don't. I didn't think of it in a negative way. I wasn't trying to be negative. I was
Sending
just,
the money back is thinking in a negative way.
no.
Yes. There's no way to think positive and send me my money back after I didn't. Your food sold.
I think I didn't do a good job. That's why I told you, man.
Thinking negative. You thought negative.
Yeah, I think I didn't do a good job.
So you did think negative. I'm saying that was negative thinking for you to send money
You
back.
tell me what you want me to admit. I told you. I jumped to conclusions.
You're going to see this back and you be like, okay, I'm tripping.
That's cool. I'm just saying. I jumped to conclusions and I sent you the money back. I don't know from there. I don't have anything else. Like, I don't have anything else
What made you send that shit at 5 in the morning, though?
That's what time I'm up.
You thought about that shit at 5 in the morning. Like, man, fuck that.
That's what time I wake up.
respond. I'm about to send this.
Yeah.
It was eating you like that?
A little bit.
Okay. So therefore, I do have to show you that I fuck with you, though. I do have to show that. You said I don't have to show that.
I'm gonna say, other people don't gotta show me. You've either shown it already. You've already proved it. You've either proved it, or you're working on it. That's kind of where I am in life. Either you're proving that you're fucking with me by prior acts or something to that effect. But like you just said, you came through. You know what I'm saying? Like you came through. You had grace. You came over 12. You know, you worked a 12-hour shift. All that. So in my mind, I'm like, it's not that we might not see each other eye to eye personally, but it's not something where I'm like, niggas like, yo, like, I don't think you hate me. I never thought that you didn't dislike me. I never thought about that. I thought,
Ever?
No.
Okay.
I think that you are a hard read. I told you that multiple times. Like you're a hard read.
Why would... Okay. I just don't understand why anybody would need to read, and I'm giving you what it is to read. Play by play. I've gave you what... There's no need to read it. To me.
Okay.
I can be, that I'm not in your lens either, though.
And at the same time, and I might be tripping, but I'm at this point, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I sent you the money back. My goal was not to be that. Like I told you, it was my quality. I held myself to a standard. I felt like I didn't deliver on the standard. And of course,
so why you just don't explain that then? And when you send it back, like, hey, bro, I feel like this wasn't that. Here's that. You just sent it. So now that leaves me room to just think whatever I could think too. Just in a
come
future
to your own
reference.
conclusion.
Yeah, so both ways.
So you had to come up with your own conclusion based off of my text. And like I said, I make mistakes. I'm imperfect. And yeah, should I probably have said like, all right, bro, here's your money back. And I feel in this way and I feel in this way. But the same thing is like, I'm just going to send you the money back. Because I don't.
You should explain that. That'll help that a lot.
Cool. And that's what I'm saying. So maybe next time, like I said, that won't happen that way. But who
That's
knows?
cool. I'm with it. That's what I'm saying. I ain't taking it personal. This is just what was going on back then. It what niggas was thinking back then, though, bro.
I understand.
So where we here now. If I didn't fuck with you, you wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't even believe you invited me to this shit. I was like, all right.
Why?
Just because I see the people that you've interviewed. And I'm like, I didn't think that would be me.
You don't think you're a big deal?
No, do I think I'm a big deal?
Yeah.
Hell no.
You just got on me for not thinking I'm a big deal.
I know. But I see.
You don't think you're a big deal?
Oh, I will always tell somebody else something different than I've told myself. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I've always done that. Like, I will pump you up. Go ahead, bro. But I'm always going to have my self-doubt. You know what I mean? Like, that's always going to be something that's a part of me. That's something I'm working towards to fix. That's what therapy's for.
If you could talk to me without me saying shit, It could be from the disagreements to positive to negative. What would you say in a nutshell?
One more time, explain what you're saying.
I just got to sit here and not say nothing. And if you can explain yourself, not explain yourself, but more like, uh, tell me any negative or positive, or like, man, this, you know what I'm saying? Just anyway, or we can leave here today and we'll never talk again. Like, what would be something you would tell me?
About me?
No, to me, about our relationship or anything, any misconceptions, any positive, any negative. In a nutshell, though, like not more so like,
No,
nigga, you an asshole, you a this, or
no,
be like, you know what? At the end of the day,
no, man.
you help me. This,
I think, like I said, I think you hold yourself to a certain standard. I think that, and you have your ways of going about things.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And are they new to me? Probably. Some of those ways are new to me. So you have to kind of again have some grace where I'm like trying to navigate a different field, because I am used to immediate, response from people, or as in like I say something and then it's immediately that. Um, I've never been around somebody I can talk for 5 minutes and they're just like,
that's funny as hell.
hell yeah, bro. All right, bro, for sure. All right, cool. And that's just you got to get used to that. That's something that you have to get used to. But at the same time, it's just like I said, it's not something that I'm sitting at home stressing about. I'm not. I think that you and I have a great relationship when it comes to music. I tell them that all the time, and I think that that's important. So I use you as an example a lot especially when I'm talking to different artists and um, even just talking to people in general. I say like, the one of the biggest the wins that I can give you, an example as a win is that, um, there's an artist named Nick B, and I think that we don't have like a everyday talking relationship, but when we're doing music, it's music. Like it's literally we talk about music. It might be like, hey bro, what you get into? All right, you've been cool. All right, cool. Hear these songs. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we really get down. Like when we're having a big, long, drawn out conversations it's usually about music. And so I tell people all the time, man, you don't have to, as long as you can get work done, you don't have to like be, buddy buddy with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I would say like when I see you out, it's never nothing disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? It's never nothing like, what's up, bitch ass nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like matter of fact, the 3 times I've seen you out, you've gotten up from where you were to come over here and say, you know what I'm saying, say something to me. So the thing about it is that I don't stress about, our relationship. I think that when it's time to do music, I think we're never gonna not see eye to eye on that one. Like we're always gonna see eye to eye when it comes to music.
I think so.
So well, again, that's you saying no.
Yeah.
So, again, it gets tough to say stuff because like I said, like you don't necessarily agree with
No,
it.
it's cool though, but that's a good part about it because you don't really know me. 50% of Nick B.
And that's cool. I mean, is there a side that I need to know? Like, it's like,
No, it
like,
ain't. That sounds
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like the side, the 50% that I know, I really enjoy, and I like cherish that relationship.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
enjoy it, but 25% of it you don't enjoy. But that's the beauty of music is really what I'm getting at. People just think if you have one negative thing, people will run off,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if you come back, when people run off, they don't know what they could have did or made or whatever, So
I tell people, man,
even
I'm
if
moody.
your people's haven't been around us where we had heated conversations, but at the end of the day, they're here finished product, and just like you said, I'm a tough ear. It's not nothing personal. I'm just a tough ear. Damo's a tough ear. TJ's a tough ear. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I know.
we mean just you a tough ear too. At the end of the day, but just like you said, people mean well. At the end of the day, me and Damo don't get along all like that because we tough ear. Just like I told you, I've been trying to get him on projects for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But if he ain't feeling it, he ain't feeling it.
Right.
I used to be pissed, like, bro, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Until it came to me having to understand that, like, with you, like, oh, okay, bro, well, you got this, I hear the beats, and I just didn't do nothing for me. It just didn't, where I'm at in life right now, I don't do nothing. I could easily write something up and do it, but it's not going to be natural. It's not going to be, like, bro, like even the song you got is with me, my homie and my son. Nigga, that means something to me. That was the first song I ever got my son on. Lake Show.
Yeah.
So you always have
That's why I told you. That's why I'm not.
You
I
know
don't
what I'm
sweat the
saying?
relationship.
So,
I don't even look at the negative parts about you.
not saying that, but I knew what it was gonna come with,
Yeah.
and I knew what we can kind of create. I already knew it. So sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and not you. I'm talking to anybody. You gotta bite the bullet and shut up. I did that before I walked in your house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And really prayed before I came in there as well. Like pray just to be authentic.
Yeah.
So if I don't like it, say I don't like it.
Yeah.
If I do like it, say I do like it. And go for it. I think a lot of people need to do that and don't be scared of the negative or the positive. A lot of people run with the positive. And then once you stop hearing the positive, you can't do nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
You know, so just to be able to progress and still do this, I'm glad I was able to still help you throughout the negative. Because that's what it be. You have to learn. This is what I learned. You got to learn through it all, kind of. Even if it's what you say, you go somewhere and record, like, because I only record at Studio B's.
Yeah.
So if I go record somewhere else and I don't like how they record, I've been practicing for so long, I can adjust to whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if I like it or not, just adjust. You don't know what that would do to somebody. It's just you even being here.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're like, I ain't going to B's. I'm only going to B's. I ain't going nowhere else.
Yeah.
But now I done missed my blessing. I was over there. Maybe Tech 9 was over here at this basement. And I had met him, and so anyway, I'm rambling, but
No, I think that's kind of the way I look at music too. Like I said, I don't look at it as I'm going in here with somebody who has a negative. I'm coming in here with somebody who likes music.
Yeah.
And if we got the same love of music, it's hard for me to even care about that negative side, man, because I know what's going to happen with this music. And a lot of it, it could be getting to know people as well. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You didn't know me when you walked in my house. You didn't know what to expect when you walked in my house. Same thing. And I didn't know what to expect from you when you coming into the crib. You know what I'm saying? So I think it takes it does take some time for people to acclimate to each other and figure out, what's going on. And like I just told you, like, I don't feel like I have the need to, be, hey, I'm Nate, what you doing tomorrow, man? Let's go kick it, let's chop
for
it up.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's a situation. But if you call me and say, Jay White's here and I'm interviewing him, I'm pulling the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what. And that's the shit that I tell you, where I said when I walked in, I'm like, bro, you could have called anybody. Think about our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know that.
You could have called
that'd
anybody.
be my thing. And that's why I'm like, bro, let me call him, let him know it could look. Because people it's people that fuck with me close. That think something crazy. You know what I'm saying? But just like you said at the beginning, grace, bro.
Yeah,
grace.
man. I'm 39, man. I gotta switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I can't think like that no more. And that's what I'm saying. Young therapy situations. Just being able to get a lot of shit off my chest, because I do have a fucking mountain on my shoulder. But the thing about it is that that's a mountain that I built. That's a mountain that I put on my shoulder, and I got to learn how to chip away at that shit.
So who are you and what do you got going on? To the people that probably just
shit, bro. Like I said, don't nobody care what I got going on, man. Right now, shit, I'm doing an album. I have an album called Sounds Like Vibes. I'm doing with Rob Somebody. There's a project called Kahuna coming out with King Kie. I'm doing a project with a Topeka rapper named Yefta.
You're doing the project. You're saying you're producing, or you actually?
No, I'm producing it.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm doing a little 5-pack with him. I got a project called From Stone with the Jewel. He surprised me a lot because, man, and so I think I surprised him because he does street music. And so I understandably, he didn't understand that if I would be able to kind of create that sound. And I was like, bro, I got you. So that project's going to be dope. We just finished up mixing, I can't remember the name of the song. Sorry, Jewel. Tour. I got a tour coming up with King Kie. We got it the first of the year. I got an album called Not For Everybody. It's going to have a kind of a different genres of music on it. Yeah, it's like me rapping.
Your album.
Yeah,
okay.
It's me rapping.
Your beats? Or
yeah.
Beats from everywhere?
No, my beats.
All your beats, all you rapping?
Yeah.
Well, not all you rapping, but all your beats?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Kind of a self-contained thing. Man, I really want to start a store, fashion. I think that's kind of one of my things, especially now that I've lost 200-something pounds. So I think a lot of that had to do with it too. We could talk about that. I mean, that's not, I don't know if that's podcast worthy, but
It is.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is. That's the main part of it. Please tell that.
Yeah. So like, I mean, you have to imagine I was 530, 540.
I just seen that picture today.
About
I went down a
540
rabbit
pounds.
hole. I don't know how I seen Mike Money.
Mm-hmm.
I
He's
saw
at my
this
house
page,
this weekend.
but I think Domo might have brought him up.
Mm-hmm.
He was here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me go down his shit, bro. I went through there, seen a picture of you and him.
Yeah.
You, him, and there was a number of other folks. I'm like, is that bro?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, I need to congratulate bro on that.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people would do that and be sick losing that much weight.
I know. And a lot of people don't understand that a lot of mental goes on with that. So in my mind, like, you have to imagine, like, the mindset of somebody who's, let's just say, 470 pounds, right? And it's time for everybody to get fresh. We go to the mall.
Okay, ain't nothing in there.
Ain't nothing in there for me. You know what's in there for me? Hat and sneakers. You see, I'm on hats and sneakers all the time. And so the thing about it is that I've always had confidence, but I always had lots of confidence.
That makes sense.
But the thing about it is that now that I don't, I still feel like I'm 500 pounds. Like right now, I still feel like I'm 500 pounds right now. Like sitting here on this camera, I'm nervous because I'm like, dog, like, I look like 500 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So, and I weigh as much as I did in high school right now. So, overcoming that kind of stuff and having that, appreciate that chip, because like I said, like, the fat dude's not supposed to win.
I'm trying to lose 6 pounds.
You know what I'm saying? And the fat dude, and I'm still losing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just at this point, man, it's just being able to have that kind of mentality and getting that chip off your shoulder, killing that self-doubt. And that self-doubt, it doesn't come from me being fat. Like I told you, my mama and my family, everybody told me how handsome I was, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was always able to talk to a chick real quick, you know, no problem. 500, still, what's up? You know what I mean? What we doing? So the thing about it is like, man, like, gaining confidence in myself at this body. That's the hard part for me. I just started performing now because I felt like I've lost enough weight that I'm marketable. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that kind of fucks your mind up mentally. You know what I'm saying? Losing a bunch of weight, having that kind of, you know, self-image problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really knowing who you are. Because I spent a lot of time, like I tell people, Joey Sunday, actually, I'm glad that actually happened. Because Joey Sunday was really trying to, what do they always say? Just you kick it. Like what they say, lie to kick it or type shit. Not necessarily lying, but just.
I know what you're saying. Just there. I'm just there kicking it. I'm faking. I'm hurting though, really.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and figuring out that I was an alcoholic at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start figuring out that kind of stuff, it's just like, you know what? So now it's just like, my mindset's better. I'm a lot more honest instead of holding shit in. A lot more honest.
Thank you. Please continue to do that.
Yeah. So then it's just, man, it's a progression. So I'm glad that we talked, because the thing about it is that if I don't know what I need to work on, I can't work on shit. So I definitely appreciate this conversation. I'm gonna definitely need the most tequila after this conversation, but
that's dope though. It was dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I think that it's something that people need to see, bro. I think that people need to see two different people understand that you could really make it. Two different people, and even if you guys go through the worst things, you can still come out on the other side, man. You know,
and then going through it ain't really just bad.
Yeah,
it's a positive thing, because if we didn't went through this, we can go through anything at this point.
And I know that I can call you, kind of thing. If I need you for something, I can call you.
You know it.
So there's more than anything.
Vice versa, just like you said.
I can call you for something.
Vice
like I
versa.
said.
You was there, man. Video shoots. The main one in there dancing, like, bro, I don't, you know. So, but sometimes it can get twisted. You know, they say you can do 99 things right, you do one thing wrong, and people write you off.
And I've been written off many a time, and I'm cool with it.
And that's how I feel. This is why I'll overextend in certain areas to make sure everything. I should be more vocal.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it. That's why I had to empty out a lot of shit to keep it moving, man.
It's a joy to work with me, I promise.
I want you to speak to that camera again. And if you give the people a minute of any advice you got, and we're going to end it off on that.
Any advice that I have. So the best advice that I have for anybody, I think that communication, honesty, and hard work. I know it sounds cliche, but if you work hard enough, you're gonna get to where you need to be. So if you have those three things in any relationship, you're gonna make it. Promise. Domingo.